And is LL Cool J the most important rapper to ever exist? I saw this tweet and I was like, I saw a clip of it on Twitter. So I was like, let me look into this a bit more. Hip Hop DX wrote an article or whatever about it because I believe he was interviewing on Hip Hop DX. If this will load, it doesn't look like it's going to load for me. F this. Okay, now you want to load. Okay, now it's not loading anymore. But basically, a lot of people like to put his accolades out there. People are like, oh, LL Cool J is the one to help make hip hop mainstream. He's the one that brought it out into the mainstream world. But I didn't really see anybody like. I'm not saying he didn't do any of this, but I haven't seen anybody show us like or list out the reasons of why he's iconic. You get what I'm saying? In terms of hip hop, like what did he introduce? What was the new things? I think one of the things I think I saw was like him creating hooks. Like he was the one guy in hip hop that created the hook. He was the one guy in hip hop that made the love song or whatever. And so, dang, I had the point somewhere. But yeah, he was one of them rappers. But yeah, LL Cool J himself claimed to be the most important rapper in history, though he won't take on the GOAT title, despite being the one to coin the phrase. Who do you think will deserve the GOAT title, B?
Who will he deserve? Who
Who
do deserve?
would deserve it?
I don't know. I think it's multiple goats. I think it's a lot of great of all times. I think all of them. I think LL fall in that part. I just feel like it's so many iconic hip hop artists. It's all just a step. Like everybody means something. Like LL Cool J was 16, 15 years old. Actually signed to Def Jam. He built Def Jam.
He was the
Being
first
their
rapper,
artist.
right?
Yeah,
Or first artist?
yeah. Because Run DMC they wasn't signed to him, and like he was that guy. He was like, he was pretty much like the Drake of that era when it comes to like making I Need Love and not being the one that was highly political and stuff just because he said he wanted to rap about things that he didn't want to rap about things he was living. He wanted to actually entertain and be out there, but he was one of them guys that come at your neck, bro. He LL. He was one of them guys that was like he'll battle anybody that come at him. He was very competitive. Like LL, man, I didn't grow up through his era. He's been out since '85. I was born in '94, so his impact is still felt from when I hear from like the OGs talk about him and me going back listening to some of his music and also him still trying to be present because now he's been LL Cool J this year. We know him as an actor, him being on NCIS, the TV show, but like this year he was LL Cool J the rapper, put out a new album, been doing a lot of
Good album.
put out a lot of pub of him being a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So he's like reintroducing himself to people. So I think him making that statement was like, this is gonna make some headlines. This is gonna let the new kids be like, okay, boom, this week. Because he said new kids don't give a f about what he done, but he just let them know like, yo, bro, I am very important into this culture, and I believe it. I just can't hard for me to say who was the number one most important person. I just feel like it steps to everything, like
I think it's the person who established hip hop. If that could be just one person.
because it takes more of a people to establish a culture instead of one person. So
Well, I'm saying the person that I guess the first person to really rap on a beat and like spread it. I don't think we'll ever know who that actually
yeah,
is.
because you got DJs that used to rap on the beats like disc jockeys back in the '50s. You got
I just don't
old
think-
scat rapper. Musicians back in the day that was pretty much rapping on the beat. That's where rapping came from. Like back in the South, they used to do the people. Like, come on, bro. Like, you just don't know. James Brown technically was rapping. Like,
King of hip hop.
You know what I'm
what is he
saying?
called himself? King of Soul?
yeah, you kick the soul. But it's like, I think he's important to hip hop. I don't think he's the most important.
Who?
LL. I'm
Oh.
just saying, I think he's really important.
I pulled up some points. He says, I think one day people are going to wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are going to say, they're going to look and they're going to say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamonds and the ice and the champagne. They're going to say, when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduced us to the love songs and all that ish. When it comes to the bad boy vibe, they're going to realize, oh, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before it was done. When it comes to GOAT terminology, they're going to say, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're going to say, when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam. When it comes to solo rap artists, they're going to say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world. I go on and on. Yeah, first guy to come with FUBU. When it comes to the endorsements, the television guy, say this is the guy who did incredible stuff on TV at the same time was still making incredible records. LL Cool J, I'm never going to like deny
You know what I'm saying? I think,
his legendary status because if there was a term to be above legendary, it would be LL. LL would be in there.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a step to me. I think he's a part of that. I don't think he's the most important.
No, I'm not saying he's the most important, but I'm saying like there has to be a word that's more legendary than legendary because we consider a lot of '90s era of rap legendary, but it's like what about like above that? Like, where would like an Ice Cube be? Like a Dr. Dre, like a LO. Like, what could be a new term that we would give them? Not necessarily GOAT, because GOAT technically is supposed to be greatest of all time, so it's supposed to be one person.
They
But
legends.
no, but I'm saying I feel like there should be a word.
Pioneers?
I guess yeah, that could be a better term. I guess for me, I'm looking for a word that's more legend that has a higher regard and connotation than the word legendary itself, like a higher level of legendary.
I just say pioneer, bro.
That could probably be it.
Because like all LL did is just mimic the people he was around, dope dealers, jury. You know what I'm saying? That's all he
He
was
brought it
doing.
to the rap game, B. Dang, B, you saying that he drank?
No, I say what's kind of brought that to the rap game. They
What?
start dressing like the boys around the block. Run DMC.
With the tracksuits?
They had the Adidas. They had the endorsement. You know, the Adidas. My Adidas. Boom. I don't know. It's some stuff he leaving out. But
Who?
LL.
Oh, I'm reading
No,
what
I'm
he
not,
said.
I'm not talking about you, boy.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, they said that they didn't do their research on him. B.
They do,
These
man.
young
He's
kids didn't do this
important.
research.
He important, bro. He important to the
Yeah.
culture.
But LO, you was not creating that fire while we was born. I like that.
Boy had hair sprung.
No, my baby, my baby.
I ain't
It's
gonna
all
lie,
him in
be-
a dream. Well, the only song I heard my parents maybe listen to, "Mama gonna knock you out." But yeah, that's like the only song I knew about LL Cool J for such a long time before I really got into hip hop.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.